Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Today we had a data download on global, so we're going to quickly run through some of that today. So if you have been enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, all the support is very much appreciated. But after this data download, the majority, if not all, of the 8th anniversary assets have been added to the game. As you can see, we've got images and sprite images for Super Vegito, Super Buu, Spirit Bomb Absorbed Goku, SSBK Goku. They receive EZA during the 8th anniversary, the 8th anniversary units themselves. If we go across to the next screenshot, stuff that comes from the 8th anniversary, like assets like coins, the stones, the free-to-play Marge of Vegeta, all those type of things. Now that doesn't really mean too much because typically Global will add these into the game months ahead of time just to make sure everything is prepped for the anniversary, and these assets typically stay in the files untranslated until basically they need to do so. So this is basically prepping the anniversary. However, one thing that is of course a big thing on global right now is Golden Week coming, and the fact that in the global's producers letter it did mention that at least one of the new units for Golden Week will have a new skill. Now of course that is hinting and highly suggesting of course that global will be receiving standby skills early, and that is highly likely going to be the new skill. Obviously there's no way they're going to be adding a new skill in the game for Golden Week after, you know, standbys and finish skills were literally just added for JP's anniversary that of course global's about to get in 3 months. So of course global are going to be getting standby skills early in the game, and this just proves that even further. So not only did the producers let us say it, but also from the data download, as it says here, some standby skill functions were added to the new update, and these are the standby mode models that were added, which is basically standby skill is visible, get visible type, and then set visible type, and then bracket standby mode model visible type. I don't know what this stuff means, but obviously standby skills are going to be added to the game. Now I've seen a few people literally talk about this and say like, what moments could you have for the standby skill? There's one massive one off the top of my head that I can think of. There's one massive one. You know when Piccolo kind of does that wave and Goku just stands there and blocks it? That could be a standby mode. You know, a lot of people are saying, you know, oh, with the LR Goku and Vegeta, the Buu Saga LRs, you know, you have to switch into a new unit. Who could Goku or Piccolo switch into? No, that's just the way we've seen it. I don't think it necessarily means you have to switch into someone else. You know, I think the unit can still remain the same. But of course, for the moment that happened, Vegeta came in, basically took all the blows for Goku, while Goku charged the Spirit Bomb. So I don't think it has to be, you know, a unit swapped in. I just think that's what they did for that specific unit, because that's what happened in the manga and the anime, right? So this one, I said, one that sticks out to me is we could potentially see both of them have them, but it's highly likely one of them might have them by what it said in the producer's letter. But when Piccolo does that kind of wave move, Goku just stands there and firms it. Goku just like blocks it and then Meteor combinations him. Now, not necessarily Meteor, because they're going to be TURs. The Meteor combination could be just a super attack, could be an active skill, or it could come off the back of Goku going into a standby, blocking the move, then do Meteor combination. All depends how Dokkan wants to do it. But that could be where the standby mode comes in, where Goku just basically firms every attack that comes his way and takes no damage. There could be some build up in there as well, but Goku could pretty much become untouchable for a couple turns. I said from that moment where Piccolo does the wave, Goku firms it, and then absolutely throws hands with Meteor combination. So a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, you know, what moment could they pick to give either of the unit standby skills? That is a massive one. I said Piccolo does this wave, I can't remember the name in Japanese, and I don't know the English translation, but he does the wave, Goku just firms it, and then absolutely throws hands. So that is easily a top moment they could use to give Goku a standby skill, and it would be dope, especially if it goes into Meteor combination. But in terms of the rest of the stuff that came from the data download, you know, we've got the new events, we've also got the failure Gotenks, the skinny and the fat Gotenks units that dropped today as well. They're really not good at all, they are terrible. So, you know, they're out if you're doing them, fair enough, but I'm not, because they're just really not good. And then we have this stuff, which should be coming in a few days, which is pretty much some World Tournament EZA. So we'll go through that now. And of course, one of the oldest units in the game in LR Piccolo, who released in 2017, almost 7 years ago, 6 years ago, is finally getting an EZA. And this is his EZA details. So all types will receive Ki +3, HP +150, and attack and defense +90%. On 12 Ki, he will cause colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lower attack. On 18 Ki, he will cause mega colossal damage to the enemy and raise all allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn, which is quite nice. And then on his passive, he'll get Ki +3, defense +200%, and raises attack up to 200%. The more HP remaining, the greater the attack boost. Then all allies will gain Ki +1 and defense +20%. Then an additional Ki +2 and defense +20% for all allies when there is an ally whose name includes Gohan Kid on the team, and it also guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn, and an additional defense +100% if the ally is attacking in the same turn. So you could say he is a lot better than what he used to be. Like, he's generally used to be, before his EZA, one of the worst LRs, if not the worst LR in the entire game. Now he's pretty solid. Unfortunately, I probably won't be making content on him just because I don't think I have him SA20, nor do I have him Rainbow, just because I hardly ever touch World Tournament. So do let me know down in the comments, will you be EZAing him? But he does, of course, look a whole lot better. Then we have this Tech Super Saiyan Goku, who will give Tech, In, and Strength types Ki +3 and HP and attack and defense +80%. On Super Attack, he'll greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn and cause supreme damage to the enemy. At the start of turn, he gets attack and defense +130%, then an additional attack and defense +50% when performing a super attack, and all allies gain Ki +1 and attack and defense +25%, and then an additional attack and defense +15% and a chance upon a critical hit +7% for legendary existence category allies. So not a bad EZA so far, and a pretty solid support if I do say so myself. And then also an additional attack +50% and a high chance of forming a critical hit when there's an enemy whose name includes Frieza. Very specific. We do have the Wicked Bloodline edition of Red Zone, but considering these are World Tournament EZAs, which these should have been done a long time ago, but regardless, a very solid EZA, but just another one of those things of, it just depends where I have the unit if I'm actually going to make content on some of these. You know, I don't think I've got a lot of these units SA10, let alone like dupe paths opened, apart from some of them, just because I hardly touch World Tournament. But these World Tournament EZAs are very good, I'm not gonna lie, considering how old a lot of these units are. Like, look at this Bardock, 2017, man. Honestly, AGL types and strength types get Ki +3 and HP and attack and defense +90%. On super attack, he does greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. He gets attack and defense +130% and then gets an additional attack and defense +40% with each super attack performed up to 80%. It's literally 2 supers, it'll take you no time at all to build this guy up. And then AGL and strength types get Ki +3 and attack +50%, and attacks become effective against all types when HP is 70% or less. Kind of a less flashier one, but not a bad EZA regardless. Then we have the Tech SSJ2 Gohan, who's probably the best World Tournament EZA to come out in this batch. He gives AGL, Tech, and Fizz types Ki +3, HP and attack and defense +80%. On super attack, he'll stack defense and then he'll massively raise attack for 1 turn and cause supreme damage to the enemy. So that's 100% attack raise on super while stacking defense. Don't forget as well, can work quite well, aside from Soul vs Soul, can work quite well with EZA AGL Gohan with this guy in slot 2, especially with both of them stacking defense. Gets attack and defense +120 and then an additional attack and defense +40% from the super attack. Then AGL, Tech, and Fizz types get Ki +2 and attack and defense +30%. Again, can work well with the EZA AGL one, supplying him with support. Then gets an additional defense +120 and AGL, Tech, and Fizz types attack and defense +20% as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So a very good EZA for a World Tournament unit that you've probably not touched in your box for like 6 years, if we're being honest. Very good EZA. Then we have the Strength Kid Goku, who will give all types Ki +3, HP and attack and defense +70%. On super, he'll raise attack and defense by 30%. Oh no, sorry, not 30%. He'll just raise attack and defense and cause supreme damage to your enemy. So he will stack attack and defense. And then on passive, we get key +2 and attack and defense plus 180. We'll launch an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, and then an additional attack and defense plus 180%, and launches another additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack when facing 2 or more enemies at the start of turn, and then launches an additional super attack when facing 3 or more enemies at the start of turn. So any minion stages in red zone and ESBR, this guy's mainly going to shine there, even though he does stack. It would have been nice if this was also a 50% chance, but still, again, a solid EZA. And then we have the Growth in Body and Mind Goku. Now, this Goku, I'm pretty sure, is a World Tournament unit. This one's not an EZA, but this guy is getting a Dokkan Awakening. I'm pretty sure he's a World Tournament unit. I can't imagine why he wouldn't be. This shows how much little detail and attention I pay to World Tournament. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a World Tournament unit. Get a Dokkan Awakening, and he'll give Strength types key +3, HP and attack and defense plus 70%. He'll cause supreme damage and lower attack with a medium chance of stunning. Gets attack and defense plus 159 at the start of turn, launching 2 additional attacks, each of which have a medium chance of becoming a super attack, then an additional attack and defense plus 7% with each attack performed, up to 70%. With those 2 built-in additionals, building up this, which is 10 attacks, isn't too bad, and then a medium chance of becoming a critical hit as well, then an additional attack and defense plus 159%, and a chance for a critical hit plus 20% when there is another World Tournament category ally attacking at the same turn. So another really solid World Tournament EZA, and it's nice to see the World Tournament EZAs finally on global. It was nice on JP when the World Tournament units finally started getting EZA. It's been long enough. It's been years that they've needed EZAs. So it's nice that Dokkan have finally decided to EZA the World Tournament units. Hopefully it doesn't take them too long to EZA some of the other ones, but they look very good regardless. And of course, all the other stuff from the data download is already happening in the game right now. Global is just a little bit dry. There's not a whole lot of content going on, but of course, give it like just over a week and we will have Golden Week. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and peace.